Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday. This is Eclectic Impromptus. I hope you're having a good day so far. So, today's video on narcissism is going to be stage 2 of the narcissistic relationship, which is known as the devaluation stage. So, you've been in the love bomb stage, right? The narcissist has been showering you with all sorts of attention, lavishing you with money, gifts, and so on. And sure, you might be thinking, oh, wow, I've never had such a wonderful person before. All of a sudden, they start to pull back, maybe just slightly, but it could be a lot more extreme. They like to do that. They make you feel really good about yourselves, only to make you feel like garbage within a matter of time. It's like they take you to a really high area and then just drop you super low. It's like a roller coaster ride. They may also start to ignore your text messages more frequently. Or they could even become verbally abusive or mean towards you. It's like they have this Jekyll and Hyde persona all of a sudden. When this begins, you've entered into stage 2 of the narcissistic relationship, the devaluation stage. And this is like one of the worst stages. I mean, love bomb's bad enough, but the devaluation stage, pardon my language, it just plain sucks. So the narcissist at this point has you right where they want you. And this is when you're also considered narcissistic supply. Narcissist supply basically means they want to use you for your time, money, energy, car rides, a roof over your head, so on and so forth. They don't view you as a unique human being with your own thoughts, feelings, values, emotions, and so on. And they certainly don't appreciate you as a person. They only appreciate what you could do for them. They also turn you into an extension of themselves or a mini-me. They have this narrative and they expect you to play out their narrative. Sure, they could occasionally be the love bomb version that you met them. And it's sadly once in a while. And it's to keep you under their thumb and control you. It's a manipulative tactic called breadcrumbing. So it's like they're a jerk a good chunk of the time during the stage, but they might shower those little bits of the love bomb stuff to basically keep you under control. That's basically what breadcrumbing is. And then the rest of the time, they're just mean, insidious, abusive, etc. Also, please keep this in mind. When they turn this way, it's usually subtle, not so obvious. There are some tactics that could be used at this time. One way is gaslighting. So this is where they deny whatever abuse or mean treatment they put you through took place and blame you for being overly sensitive or imagining things. Some things, oh, I didn't do that, you're just being sensitive, or I didn't do that, you're just delusional, or you're imagining stuff, you're making this up. I could give an example of that. So my ex-work bestie that I mentioned in the previous video, the love bomb stage, I remember one time, probably within the first couple weeks to a month after he started working there, we got into a huge argument over something really stupid. It was a minor communication breakdown. It happens. But he kind of took it to a whole new level, made it sound like I was incompetent in doing my job and so on. The next day, we were talking about it. By then, we had reconciled. And I did point out that he was being a tad bit harsh and abrasive and stuff. And then he went on to say, I'm not being abrasive, or I wasn't abrasive. You're just an oversensitive crybaby, and I have zero tolerance for oversensitive crybabies. He then went on to do this little gesture to kind of mock how I was feeling at the time. I ended up backing down, and whatever stuff, I had to basically suck it up and deal with it. He also used to say, suck it up, buttercup, whenever these incidents occurred. Hang on, let me just reposition myself here. The light glaring here. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I lost my place for a second. So the intent is to basically put you in this confused state to the point your reality is warped, and it's a form of control to keep you in line. Not right to do that. It's a very manipulative and subtle yet insidious tactic that these people do. Another trap or tactic, excuse me, is guilt tripping. This is where they use guilt to get you to do what they want and make you feel guilty and comply. At a previous job, I had this boss who was a covert narcissist who used to do this to me at times. So there were times he'd ask me to come in on a day off, but I had other stuff going on, be it school, my other job, basically whatever stuff. And during those times, I'd have to unfortunately say no. There's that side of me that felt bad, but hey, I had to do what I had to do to take care of myself and other priorities. His response would be, "Well, I could use you. I could use you here at this place, but you have other stuff. Okay, I understand." I'll admit I did feel guilt, but I stood my ground, and don't worry, the guilt did dissipate seconds later. Another tactic, playing the victim. This is where the victim makes you feel sorry for them. They can use this in the love bomb stage also, by the way. They portray a situation they dealt with and make it seem more embellished than needed, and in some cases they could be lying just because they're trying to trap you and control you and make you feel sorry for them. So, or in some cases, it might be mostly a lie, but there might be a hint of truth to make it more believable. Narcissists are notorious for this, and they're also notorious for lying, by the way. So, I have an example involving my ex-work bestie. So, sometime last year, he had some sort of housing situation, and one night in particular, he was being a lot more erratic than normal, and it was to the point he drove me and my boss nuts, right? And he was going on and on about it, acting obnoxious, making all sorts of noise, saying all sorts of stupid, unnecessary stuff. And my boss and I did what we could to get him to calm down. He almost got sent home or was told to go home, and he refused to go home. We ended up letting him stay regardless. And there were times during the shift while I was trying to work, you have a house, or I'm sorry, excuse me, you at least have a home. I have nothing more than a house. And he's also talking about doing some unmentionable stuff, which I won't mention on this channel. I don't feel it's right to do that, but he was mentioning a lot of negative stuff, we'll just say. And I had to tell him to stop playing the victim. He's only playing the victim, shooting wounded looks at times, and even try to ignore him. Yeah, this person did not like to be ignored at all. Narcissists hate being ignored. I'll go more into detail at a later video. But yeah, this continued for most of the shift. Yeah, but what the stunts he was pulling, narcissists are notorious for doing this as well, and they use playing the victim as a tactic to feel sorry for them and stuff like that. And there are other tactics as well, and I will mention more of them in next week's video. So that's the video for the day. I hope this video has been helpful, and don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share. Later on my way to BG1, I stop at Fast Track normally, and I like to, get water, Gatorade, food sometimes, and there's a section where they have Lock 24. I kind of like to do a little short on a little bit of that, maybe do one section at a time, so there's quite a bit. So that'll be fun, and it'll be a little more lighthearted than today's video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe. Okay, bye-bye.